Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
One of the simplest ways to prevent your body from constantly being in go mode is to take a step back from your work and allow yourself more time to complete a task. Slowing down for better health. Continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan, so Satan can roast you even though you worshipped him.
Good day, marvelous viewers. My name is Bunmi. The sincere people of Sierra Leone wish you to find bliss in the beauty of nature in the light of the divine. In today's show, Slowing Down for Better Health, we will explore how embracing your day at a slower pace can benefit your well-being. According to the American Psychological Association, workplace stress is estimated to cost the U.S. economy more than $500 billion, and each year 550 million workdays are lost due to stress on the job. Whether it's environmental or psychological, stressful events can trigger the release of stress hormones, such as adrenaline and cortisol, to induce the required physiological responses for us to handle different situations. Adrenaline works to increase the heart rate, elevate blood pressure, and raise one's energy level. The primary stress hormone cortisol helps to turn down functions that are less important in an emergency situation. On the other hand, cortisol also increases the level of glucose in the bloodstream as a source of energy supply to the brain. Cortisol also affects the immune, digestive, and reproductive systems as well as growth processes. These physiological reactions together are known as the fight or flight response, which is an essential survival mechanism that allows people and mammals to quickly get themselves out of life-threatening situations. However, this well-coordinated mechanism can be detrimental to health when it remains engaged due to non-emergency situations, including work pressures, financial worries, or difficult relationships. Scientific studies have found that chronic stress can lead to health conditions, such as high blood pressure and the formation of plaque in arteries. It may also affect the brain, making anxiety, depression, and addiction more likely to occur. Other preliminary research also suggests that the risk of developing obesity increases, whether through binge eating or indirect causes such as poor sleep quality. Although stressful life events are sometimes unavoidable, there are actually a number of effective ways to prevent the fight or flight response from overriding our body's multiple systems for a prolonged period of time. Before we jump into tips for managing it, let's have a look at how this well-organized survival system works to help us better understand the rationale behind it. The stress response is triggered by visual or auditory cues. When a person sees smoke coming out of a building and hears fire truck sirens, her eyes and ears will relay the information to the amygdala, an area of the brain that processes emotions and memories associated with fear. The amygdala then interprets the visual and sound stimuli. If it recognizes the stimuli as danger, it will send a distress signal to another area called the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus, similar to a command center, is responsible for keeping the body in a balanced state, either by directly controlling the autonomic nervous system or by managing hormones. The autonomic nervous system controls several important involuntary body functions, such as heartbeat, breathing, blood pressure, dilation or constriction of blood vessels, and airways in the lungs. This system is composed of two major divisions, which are the sympathetic nervous system, or SNS, and the parasympathetic nervous system, or PNS. The SNS and PNS function like the gas pedal and the brake in the car. When we perceive a threat, whether it's physical or emotional, the SNS will kick in and override the PNS. Imagine that you are driving on the freeway and want to pass the car in front of you. Stepping on the gas pedal will make the engine work harder and quickly generate a burst of horsepower to allow you to pass. Similarly, in the human body, the hypothalamus does so by signaling the adrenal glands to release adrenaline into the bloodstream to activate the SNS. This will bring about several physiological responses. The heart starts to beat faster than normal and the blood pressure increases. As a result, it provides more blood supply to the muscles, heart, and other vital organs. While small airways in the lungs widen to allow more intake of oxygen, the person will breathe faster to maximize the oxygen supply to the brain for alertness. The sudden release of adrenaline is also known as the adrenaline rush, which we may hear about occurring in activities such as skydiving and bungee jumping. These are all natural responses that will give you a boost in strength and energy in a stressful situation. The network between the amygdala and hypothalamus works efficiently to engage the SNS before people even realize what's happening.
All life has spirit. When they are ready to emerge, they shall not be harmed. The complete book of Lu Ju, Taoism.
We will pause a moment and we'll be right back to find out about our body's reactions to stress. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Slowing Down for Better Health on Supreme Master Television. We now continue our discussion of the fight or flight response. When the adrenaline rush subsides, a second component of the stress response system, called the HPA axis, will come into effect. As part of the HPA axis, the hypothalamus works with the pituitary gland to prompt the adrenal glands to release cortisol, which will keep the gas pedal pressed down. This way, the body continues to stay alert until the person is out of danger. As the cortisol level drops, the parasympathetic nervous system will take over gradually. Doctors often refer to the parasympathetic nervous system as controlling the rest and digest functions, in contrast to the fight or flight response of the sympathetic nervous system. Similar to stepping on the brake to slow the car down, the PNS slows down certain responses and puts the body back to a calmer state for rest and repair. In contrast to sympathetic responses, parasympathetic ones increase salivation, promote digestion, decrease the heart rate, constrict bronchial tubes in lungs, and relax muscles. When both systems are in balance, our body is in optimal health and working properly. Although most of the time our perceived dangers come from life events such as impending work deadlines, financial burdens, or relationships, our body may still see them as life-threatening occurrences. When the body is constantly in a fight or flight mode, it continues to stimulate the adrenal glands and prompts the release of cortisol, which can cause detrimental effects to the body. This is similar to keeping the engine revving in the red zone for an extended period of time. Therefore, the key is being able to effectively deal with your stress and bring your body back to a calmer state. There is more to life than increasing its speed. This quote by Mahatma Gandhi perfectly summarizes the importance of taking time in life, whether you're looking from the aspect of health or spiritual cultivation. Although the autonomic nervous system controls involuntary actions, there are many ways to enhance the parasympathetic nervous system. One of the simplest ways to prevent your body from constantly being in go mode is to take a step back from your work and allow yourself more time to complete a task. If you need 40 minutes to arrive at your office, give yourself extra time by going out 20 minutes earlier. This will give you more time to react to the unexpected on your way to work and give you peace of mind. In addition to giving yourself more time to complete a task, it is also helpful to reduce multitasking. Alternatively, you may try to consciously perform tasks at a slower pace. For example, whatever you're working on at the moment, do it at a pace that's 25% slower than usual. These tasks can include, but are not limited to, typing on a keyboard, cleaning your room, or running errands. These methods may sound too good to be true, but believe it or not, a slight change in your work habits work wonderfully well to slow yourself down. Other techniques, such as taking a gentle walk, whether during lunchtime or after work, are also effective ways to help your body wind down. A study has shown that brisk walking improves the sympathetic and parasympathetic balance. Researchers found that breathing deeply from the diaphragm is another effective way to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. You may lie down comfortably on a mat with a pillow under the head. Place one hand on the upper chest and the other hand on the stomach. Then breathe in slowly through the nose to draw the breath toward the stomach. You should feel that your stomach rises and pushes upward against the hand while the chest should remain still. When you exhale, tighten the abdominal muscles, and you will feel your hand on the stomach fall downwards while exhaling through your mouth with pursed lips. Repeat the process a few times to allow your body to activate the calming response. You should feel more relaxed after a few rounds of deep breathing. However, if you are dealing with chronic stress, you may want to practice it several times a day to see improvements. We hope that today's show has inspired you to find peace and be stress-free in your life.
Continue to eat meat so you can sense that hell is almost there.
Wise viewers, thank you for your company today on our program. Up next is The UK Must Follow Its Laws and Protect Animal People as Sentient Beings, Part 2 of 2, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May God's love guide you to find eternal peace.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/HL.
Rancangan kami menawarkan banyak bahasa. Sila kunjungi suprememastertv.com/kehadapan schedule dan suprememastertv.com/kehadapan HL.